Hello, it's that college football guy here with another video. Well, we're going to do the quick review here of the two Friday games that happened yesterday, and then we'll make another video after this one of the Saturday games, because I didn't want this one to be too long. Before we get up the bat, let's get this out the way, please. Do me a favor and hit the thumbs up on the video. It helps the analytics. It helps the video to be seen. Subscribe to the channel so we can get this thing up to 200 subscribers. Comment on this video. Share this video. I appreciate everything. So let's get into those two games from yesterday. I mentioned yesterday, like, I didn't see how BYU would be. So many people would think BYU was going to win. They have an atrocious defense. But East Carolina's going to come all the way from Carolina and come all the way west of Provo. Well, guess what happened? East Carolina won 27-24. Let's get into some stats from the game real quick. BYU, let's go with Jaron Hall. I'm trying to do like this with a paper next to it a little bit. Jaron Hall, 18-25 for 144 yards, 2 touchdowns, no INTs, a 79.1 QBR. All right. Team rushing, though, was 42 carries for 244 yards and only 1 touchdown. And Lapini Katoa, I'll make sure I got the name right, 20 carries for 116 yards, and he had the 1 touchdown. Team defense, no sacks, no INTs, no fumble recoveries. East Carolina, you had Holton Ahlers. I hope that's how you say his name. I apologize if I'm saying it wrong. Was 15-22 for 197 yards, no touchdowns, no INTs, and 87.0 QBR. He also ran 5 carries for 18 yards and 2 TDs. The team as a whole was 36 carries for 227 yards and 3 touchdowns, but their main star of the game was Keaton Mitchell of East Carolina. 21 carries for 176 yards and a touchdown, almost over 8 yards a carry. That's getting it done. Defense, no sacks, no INTs, no fumble recoveries. But then again, if you were doing that, if you were getting that much done on defense, not defense, on rushing the ball, over 8 yards a carry, you're going to win the ball game. Control the clock. Now we get to the FIU Louisiana Tech game. Some people have Louisiana Tech as a 7-point favorite against FIU at home. I'm like, why? FIU can win this heads up because Louisiana Tech has been struggling. Well, in 2 overtimes, in this thriller, FIU beat Louisiana Tech 42-34. Let's get into Louisiana Tech. As I said, the people who were making the predictions were thinking their starting quarterback was going to be back. But I knew it would be a miracle if he would have made it back, and he's not come back for this one. Landry Liddy, the third stringer, he started. He went 28 for 40 for 256 yards, no touchdowns, no INTs, at 28.2 QBR. Not great. Rushing-wise, the team had 41 carries for 184 yards and 4 touchdowns. Their star rusher was Marquise Crosby. He had 21 carries for 115 yards and 2 TDs. The rushing game was going. That's basically was the offense. But team defense-wise, 1 sack, no INTs, no fumble recoveries, no turnovers. Then we get to FIU. Grayson James from Florida National. Their second stringer, I told you was going to be starting because the starter's out. He had a game. 31 of 48 for 321 yards, 3 touchdowns, no INTs, a 48 QBR. The QBR is because of the attempts, but still 321 yards and 3 TDs from your backup quarterback, and I don't think anybody's going to complain about that. Team rushing, though. This is the disappointing part. 26 carries for 57 yards and 2 touchdowns. Total. Lexington Joseph, though, 12 carries for 37 yards and 2 TDs, including a 1-yard touchdown in the second OT to give them, and then they hit the 2-point conversion, and that's how they won the game. The rest of the team rushing was 14 carries for 20 yards. Defense, they had no sacks, no fumble recoveries, but they did have 2 INTs. No sacks, no INTs, no fumble recoveries, but they did have 2 sacks. Defensively wise for neither one of them really showed up. Quarterback hurries, I would mention that, but if you get less than 5, I really don't count the fact you've gotten to the quarterback. If you have 5, most of these teams are getting 3-0 QB hurries. Normally, if you get a serious amount of QB hurries, that means you may not get the sacks, but you're getting to the quarterback. And at least that's scaring them, and that's causing problems. Normally it results in INTs, but low QB hurries usually means low picks, and what consequence? Both games, no interceptions thrown. A lot of fumbles done, but they recovered their own, so I really didn't mention those because a fumble recovery, I mark it down as when the other team recovers, not recovering your own. So, well, I got 2 for 2 yesterday. Not bad. Now we're going to talk about today's games in the next video, which is, oh boy, we got a bunch. The subscriber who's a UNLV fan, he came up to me and asked me, he commented me, and he commented, he says, you think UNLV should feel good about themselves going to their bye week? I'm like, well, you see, you went to South Bend and you played Notre Dame. You got your break speed off of you, but you covered the spread. You scored almost 25 points on Notre Dame in South Bend with your second string and third string quarterback because your starter, Jacob Brunfield, was out. That's not bad. That also lends me concern for Notre Dame's defense. If UNLV's second and third strings and all else, they can score 20 points on you at home. Because Notre Dame plays Syracuse this week, so we'll get into that. But then again, everybody, thank you everybody for watching the video. As like I said before, hit the like button, helps the analytics. Comment on the video, share, and subscribe to the channel. Thanks everybody for watching, and please be good to each other.